Greetings, Lewis, and welcome to another video. If you've seen my deck report, you already know that I used my store credit to grab two boxes of Valiant Smashers. Um, this is not a relatively new set. This set already came out in November of last year, and I'll be talking a little bit in depth on why I chose this as my box of choice because I did have the option of picking Phantom Nightmare, of picking uh like other sets. The only other set that we didn't have available at the moment was Age of Overlord, but we do have guaranteed stock that we'll be getting of it. But I want to talk about Valiant Smashers specifically because I do have a plan involving this set, and I'll talk a little bit through with it as well, while we open the packs. As for those who are not familiar, this is the set where the Centurion monsters come in, as well. Not only Centurions are in this set, but there's also Mementolian as well as Valmonica. Um, but yeah, well, let's just try to speed run through this, and I'll share my thoughts on this set moving forward. I will probably make an in-depth video talking about everything, but right off the bat, I already see we got a collector rare. And the collector rare we got is Memento Lictian. So, for those who don't know, this is a Memento field spell. Um, the Memento is not a really strong theme right now. However, in Legacy of Destruction, which is already confirmed to be on April of 2024 for us, we will be getting more support for this theme, and this is one of the more important cards from that deck or for that set. So right off the bat, that is a really good pull. Terraforming Zera, Honest, Mementolian, Cranium Burst, uh, Abominable Unchained Soul, and Wake Up Centurion. So this is in Spanish. I, we are naturally Spanish where we reside, meaning that this is a foreign set. Mainly want to try to see if I can make the Centurion deck be foreign, but at the same time, I want to pull as many cards from the supporting themes because I guess I should explain it right now while I'm pulling these cards. That is Valmonica, the demon one. So the demon Valmonica. So right now, as pulling all three packs, we pulled one card out of each archetype. So my game plan right now with this set is to pull as many cards from the supporting themes as possible because once Legacy of Destruction comes out, there will be supporting theme for all three archetypes, meaning that one of them or maybe all of them could be sought after. And I kind of just want to be ready for that. I want to make sure that I have just a strong enough game plan involving like any of the archetypes in general. I feel like once the Snake Eye fire format is over, I feel like Valiant Smashers will be meta relevant to some degree. And that's a little bit of the discussion I want to have. Essentially, when it comes to like tier zero formats like this one that we're at right now, it's important for you to like look into the future and look into investing what other sets are not the fire decks because while the fire decks are very expensive right now, uh, historically in the past, what we've ended up having is a situation where Konami preemptively hits the fire deck. Enough to a point is still like the best strategy, but at least not as oppressive and as impactful. So once that is gone, people will be looking into the other sets, will be looking onto other archetypes, and I I'll straight up say it right now. I feel like Legacy of Destruction really fixed all these archetypes. I feel like Centurion was already really good. However, uh, when it comes to Memento, and when it comes to Valmonica, I feel like the wave of support that they gave those two archetypes is just really good enough to just push them over the edge and just put them on another level. So right off the bat, I feel like uh, I don't know how strong Valmonica will be because to this day I still have not like worked on Valmonica. However, I did test Memento a fair amount, and I also tested Centurion a fair amount. And I feel like there is enough promise with both archetypes. So far, we've gotten four, five, we've opened 8 packs and no ultra rares yet. Uh, originally it should be around 3 ultras per box. So we're 1/3 of the way there. Maybe we'll see it very soon. Supply Squad. This card is usually this card is here because of Memento. Uh, Baguska. I want to talk about Baguska for a little bit while I'm checking these packs. I feel like Baguska is very strong against the Snake Eye deck. Oh, here's Centurion Legatia. So speak of the devil. Here's our first ultra rare. Going back to like Baguska. So any rank 4 deck or any deck that has access to rank 4s at the moment should look into like summoning Baguska because if you go first and you summon Baguska against a Fire King, against a Snake Eye player, like in defense position, it puts them on a very awkward spot unless they have Imperm. So that's just one thing to take note. Uh, if you're going second, is a lot harder because a Promethean Fire Princess is already a card. They just contest well against you, and they will already have Link monsters already on the board. However, like before they actually Link climb, they have to commit into plays like Snake Eye Ash, Poplar, Oak, etc. And Baguska just shuts down all of them. Adding to that, like their spawn effect to summon from the deck is effect that starts from field, meaning that the Baguska just outright negates it. Another option is Abyss Dweller. I think Abyss Dweller is another really strong contender that should be played if you're playing a rank 4 deck. But for now, I just kind of want to talk about Baguska for a little bit. So this is a very funny card that I actually did not notice that got reprinted. For those who don't know, this is Imperial Custom. Imperial Custom protects all your face-up trap cards. This card is originally made for the Centurion deck. However, just having like uh, this card is really scary because if you ever make a deck or strategy that just like plays a lot of floodgates, this is a card that can protect all of them. Uh, so like be on the worry for that. This is our first Valmonica Link monster. I know that the way the Valmonica theme works is to just summon the Link monsters using their resonance counters. And the Link monsters are going to give you extra effects for your spell and trap cards. Uh, if you are interested on my thoughts on Valmonica and like me doing like a more in-depth guide on them, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to just like put it into an agenda. However, this is like my least favorite theme out of all three. which prompted me to just like put them in a side and not just talk about them in general. However, I do I did became curious on like their play strategy. I did became curious on the fact that they needed counters. There are new cards in Legacy of Destruction that really helps this team. I think this team will become very much playable after the new support. Advanced Draw, Honest, Valhalla, Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk is a weird reprint. I do like that it's reprinted. Funnily enough, it works with all three themes. Like it works with the Valmonica monsters. It works with the Memento monsters because it can summon the Dark Blade. It also works with Centurion because it can summon Primera. Or Trudea because they're both level 4. Um, So, Summoner Monk is not like the weirdest pick to be in this set. It is weird in general. However, like, not to the point where it's like detrimental. Here's our first copy of Wake Up Centurion, which is called Levantate, which Levantate kind of means wake up. However, Despiértate also means wake up, and we are getting a card called Wake Up Centurion in Legacy of Destruction. Oh, speaking of it, we get two in a row, but that is kind of funny. Uh, since we're seeing a little bit of glare, I'm just going to move them upwards a little bit. Here are the Valmonicas. Surprisingly, only one of the Pendulum monsters. Uh, they have two of them, and they're both super rares. So kind of weird that we only seen one so far. Also, we've only seen one ultra rare, which is the Centurion Legatia. Uh, Ideally, we would like to see the other Centurions being the ultras that we pull. Not because they're the most expensive one, it's because my bias towards this set and towards this archetype is like, oh, speaking of the devil, yep, our second ultra is Emblema Oath, and pretty much the best card in the deck. So this is looking like a Centurion pack outside of the Memento field spell, I guess. Um, Centurion is my favorite theme out of these three. Like, I thought Memento would be my favorite, but like Centurion just became my favorite. So there's not much I have to say like in contrast. But yeah, moving forward, we've got two ultras so far. Valmonica Trap. Let's speed run this a little bit more. We got the second Link monster. So for those who don't know, the two Valmonica monsters rely on resonance counters. One of them is if you take damage, and the other one is if you gain life points. And they both have their very different effects, but the fact that they're linked once that can use any monsters to summon them is kind of cool. You can even use IP Masquerena by itself to make any of these on your opponent's turn, which is a very cool trick. Uh, we just keep getting more Valmonicas. I think out of everything in this set, Valmonicas are the most pulled cards, despite Centurion being the best pulled cards. Um, so, let's see. Centurion Bonds, a really cool card. And Lazos, because it's called Lazos in Spanish, also means ribbon. So it's kind of like ribbon Centurion, but it's mainly bonds, as in like bond adhesive. So I'm guessing that's what we're going for when they like wrote this card. Wake Up Centurion. So in the current Centurion list, like before Legacy of Destruction, this card is not being played. Um, However, post Legacy of Destruction, you should really look into this card because the new Centurion, like the new Centurion Synchro Monster, can add this card from your deck to your hand, meaning that you have a guaranteed like disruption against your opponent that can protect and isolate your boards. And that's our last booster. Um, it seems like we've gotten two ultras and the collector rare. I guess the way it works is like the collector rare takes the ultra rare spot, which I won't say it's unfortunate. I think it's kind of cool that we got like what is originally a rare Ascent collector rare, but it would have been cooler if we just had the three ultras plus the collector rare. I know that in main booster sets we get the same ratios of ultras alongside like the quarter century if you ever pull it. Um, so these are like our super rares. These are like our three really cool pulls. I'm really happy with this box. Like these are basically foreign Centurion cards that I'm going to replace with like the current ones I have. Um, while I just like put back the other Centurions. And we did pull the Memento Field spell. I do own the Combined Creation Dragon as a quarter century rare. So that's a really cool card that, like to pair alongside it. Uh, I would like the collector rare version of the Witch in the future. Uh, Maybe a collector rare of a Centurion card. That would be also really cool. Um, Valmonica. We're just gonna do the same thing we did last time. We'll just put this pile here. Or we can just separate this pile of rares and just put them alongside it. The Valmonica field spell. I heard this card is really good. Um, I know it's like a searcher for the theme. And if I'm not mistaken, if you get three resonance counters, you can take control of an opponent's monster, which is kind of cool. Like, I think it happens immediately after you get the third counter, so it can be done on either player's turn as well. So just stealing a monster by gaining resources is kind of cool. You can pair this up with like the gain life point Valmonica and just pair it up with Spooky Dogwood. That's a really cool trick you can do. Centurial Phalanx. This is really cool. We didn't pull this in the last box, so that card is more than welcomed. Um, that's also going into my Centurion deck. Moving on. Memento. So far, I think out of this box, Valmonica is looking like the winner. Um, However, the knight is still young. We can still get other things. Stand up Centurion. I think this is our fourth one. I think no, a third or a fourth one. I don't remember. We can just check real quick. Yep, that's our third one. Because we already pulled two in the previous box, so that makes it already a playset. Pretty cool. Sadly, we won't be able to get literally everything out of like just two boxes, but I'll just gonna keep doing like these little mini game hunts for like other stuff for the foreseeable future. So I guess we can talk about why am I picking Valiant Smashers. I mean, I already explained Valiant Smashers specifically, but I will make a video on this. Oh, here's our second Legatia, which is perfect because I only play two. So what do people usually do on a tier zero format? And this, what I'm talking about here is probably gonna be a separate video. Oh, I spoke about speaking dog word. Here she is. Um, when it comes to tier zero formats, or like formats where there's like a definitive best deck, I only see two potential options. Well, three technically. Either A, play the best deck, just like actually try to grind the format out with your best strategy. B, try to play a strategy uh, that is very cognizant on trying to defeat the best deck. Like Branded is a really good example of this. Runic Stun is another really good one. Um, and then there's option three, and option three is you just don't play the format. So uh, I don't dislike tier zero formats. Uh, I did play a couple of them. Uh, the Dragon Ruler format is still one of my favorite formats to this day, and that was a tier zero deck, a tier zero strategy. Uh, tier 0.5 if you want to count spell books being like very close. Um, which in contrast is kind of the same thing because you have pure Snake Eyes and then you have like a Snake Eye variant which is Fire Kings. Uh, Memento Anguish, that is our that is our third ultra rare. So there are no more ultra rares in this box. Overall, I'm not. I'm actually okay with this. Like, uh, not as good as a box as the last one. However, we did get one of every theme, which is kind of cool. And who knows? Maybe in all these packs, there still might be a collector rare. Um, I don't think so because we didn't. We only got two ultras last time, but it's good to keep checking. Uh, Maybe a quarter century rare could be in here. Valmonica. But yeah, when it comes to tier 0 decks, I don't dislike them. I do actually like a few of them. I played Zodiac format as well. Zodiac was a really good one. I actually almost won a 1K event with a Zodiac variant. Um, so I played the ruler format. That format was really cool. The tier format was kind of okay. I was not a huge fan of it. It's not because I don't like tier elements. I actually loved tier elements as a deck. Like I feel it's like one of the coolest decks that I've seen in a while. Huh. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our fourth ultra rare. Um, Interesting. Didn't see that coming. Uh, I think it's usually three ultras per box, or it could be four. If it's actually four, then the collector probably took two spots, which is kind of weird. Um, I won't lie, it's kind of weird. Anyway, that's Stella of Valmonica, Valmonica Stella, which I think is one of the better spells out there. Either you gain 500 to draw two cards and put one card on the back of the deck, or you take 500 damage and add a Valmonica spell trap for your hand. I have to read it because it's in Spanish. Um, but yeah, I think this is the other counterpart. This is the other spell that you use, which is very sorry. Again, like Valmonica is just a very weird thing for me, uh, but yeah, going back to tier 0 decks, I don't dislike the Fire King deck. However, with the price point that the deck has, it's not that I cannot afford the deck. It's more so to the point where investing on a tier 0 deck is not the best choice, at least for me. I rather like invest on like many cards for future sets. Like for example, this set, uh, and prepare for like Legacy of Destruction, for example, or prepare yourself for like Infinite Forbidden. Uh, Legacy of Destruction is the more important one because it is under the national season, under our national season, while Infinite Forbidden could be our August set, which is pretty much like around Worlds, the time around Worlds. So ideally, you kind of want to prepare for Nats, but at the same time, you don't want to like heavily invest and focus into the fire deck because I feel like we're going to have a transitional period between Nats format and this current format. Um, Time will tell very soon, but I will probably make a guide talking about stuff that you should be investing in. Uh, Valiant Smashers is not like the highest priority. However, it is a good priority for me because ideally I kind of want a lot of cards in here. Um, but yeah, this is the last card, Centurion Bonds, and overall, not bad boxes. Um, I needed two of these specifically. I needed three of these, which I did get. So, so I got three of those. This is the best card, so I'm happy I got that too. Um, the Memento Field Spell is weird, but I'm glad I got it. I did get a couple of cards from the Memento theme, which is really really cool because I really do like Memento. I am going to play a Memento variant or at least plan on it. Like once Legacy of Destruction comes out, as well with Centurion. Um, I might experiment with Valmonica. If there is a really cool like topping list from the OCG, I'll give it a whirl and just like experiment that way. I do think the new Valmonica cards are really really strong. It just needs a really good deck pilot that can just do it very well, and I'm not one of them. um, but yeah, this has been it. I hope you found this video informative and to your liking. I know I rambled a bit, but that's usually what happens with box openings. Um, I might just keep using my cash prices for more boxes. We'll see. But until next time, keep practicing and keep dueling.